Woo!
Right.
Woo! Day 5. Woo! Welcome. Day 5. Go, Lisa, go.
Day 5. All right. Hey, guys, it is great to be back with you. Day 5. It's a celebration.
Yeah, that's it. Celebration. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. It's good times. We have had an amazing 5 days together. I know I have really enjoyed working through this. In fact, I have put some of this into practice in my own life. I challenged myself to work on my website. And it's not 100% complete, but yesterday, as you were challenged to move forward, I challenged myself to do the same. And I pushed that little button that says published. That is a scary thing because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur who wants to move forward and who cares so much about my clients, I wanted it to be perfect. And I don't know, is there such a thing as a perfect website? I mean, that's kind of a tall order, I think. But I pushed publish and I shared it with a couple of people and I got some feedback on it, which was positive. It felt good, but it sent my mind reeling over some past experiences as well.
Reeling?
Yes, reeling.
Sounds like you're kind of pulling back.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Good.
It was a good thing because I think we learned from our past experiences as long as we're not sitting there and dwelling in the past. And as my thoughts went backwards, I think this is another piece of positivity. We haven't talked a lot. We talked a little bit about the value of reflection, the value of journaling. And as I took that quiet time for myself, the piece of quiet time is really important, I think, as we move forward. So I took this piece of quiet time and I was thinking back to other times where I dared to step forward into my unknown, into that place of moving forward in my dream. I thought, what did that feel like? Was the feeling similar to what it was yesterday as I pushed publish on that website? Or was it something completely different? And I think what it boiled down to is essentially there were a lot of the same elements involved, whether that was pushing publish on the website, whether it was moving completely out of state. I've done that a couple of times. No matter what it was that I was moving forward on, when it was a piece of my dream, I realized a couple of things. I remember the eager anticipation, just excited about finally feeling ready, at least to some extent, to move forward.
Right.
So there's that eager anticipation. And at the same time, there's a little bit of anxiety, which I think is a healthy thing, that piece of anxiety, because we have a lot of questions that aren't answered yet. And knowing that unless I dare to step forward without knowing all the answers, I'm not going to move forward. I'm going to stay where I was.
Well, that brings a good point. We're going to talk more about this on the Facebook Live portion to extend into this topic, but it's about that boldness, about that courage to go across the line.
Yes.
And really within that is finding what sustains me, what's going to keep me going along this path, what internally am I feeling?
Exactly.
And where am I going to get it? Where am I going to go? And one of the things that in my notes, I'm thinking about this and I'm saying, okay, what if I never get to my dream? I wrote this down in my journal entry. It's like, what if I never get to this dream that I have? And I've written this line down in other dreams I've had. And it's like, what happens if I don't get there? One, you got to be okay with it. You got to be, hey, you never know when your dot's going to end. Are you going to come back and say, oh, man, I didn't make my dream. No, what you're going to do is say, hey, well, you might not say anything, but in those last moments, you're going to say to yourself, hey, the journey was worth it. There was something that I found within me. I found a deeper me. I found a more expressive me. I started working towards something that fulfilled me, sustained me, got me going, got me out of this, maybe, being stuck. And I've been in that point, right? And we've talked about that, being stuck in this darkness. And it's like the hero's journey again, that we shared you the graphic back in the early part of this program. It's that journey coming out. And it doesn't necessarily be a clean victory or clean dream, but it's success and it's significance, and you're making a difference in the world if your dream is big enough. And if you're not dreaming big enough, you're just so focused in on the what one dream that I got for me, which is okay. It's okay. But
I think you're bringing up some really valid points. My brain is just going 1,000 miles an hour as we're talking and thinking this all through. But one of the things is, what if you don't succeed? Are you going to be okay with that? Is it going to feel like it was worth trying? For me, if another way I've seen the question worded is, what if you never make money doing this? Are you okay with moving forward with that? And doing what I do, I love what I do. So, is it okay that I don't make money? Yeah, because my focus isn't solely on me. My focus is other focused.
So money is financial. It's a piece. It's it's this paper that we carry around, or digitally anyways.
Money is important, right?
But it's not wealth.
Right.
Wealth is much more. Wealth is the ability to say, okay, I do have cash, and I don't have to focus in on worrying about where the next dollar is coming, because I'm working towards something better that will get me free, will set me that I don't have to worry about where the next dollar is coming, or the next, I'm taking my mindset off the dollar generation, and I'm focused on where I'm going and what I'm going to be able to do with the wealth or money or whatever that I have at the end when I get to that dream.
When I focus on others, when I focus on what brings me joy, what brings me happiness, it feels as though that all manifests together, and it brings into the money, the financial aspect of it, but it's also bringing into the other pieces of wealth, which for me are that joy and the fulfillment, and knowing that I am living into my purpose. I am able to feel that peace that comes along with it. And bringing all of that together as a total package is what makes it worth the journey for me. Yeah. So it might be scary. It might be filled with some anxiety. You might have a lot of questions, but it's taking those first steps forward. That's we begin to answer some of these questions and find out what's around that next corner.
And one of the things that I read, and it's from the 10X rule from Grant Cardone. I got it here, and I'm just like, I don't want to look at it because it's going to take me away from the point here. Is be unreasonable. Don't follow the path that says you need to follow this checklist. We've given you a process that is flexible, that is the framework to go from. So don't spend the time just thinking that you got to go through these steps and write these things down and you're going to get to your dream. Well, first of all, you got to execute on it, and you got to do all the steps that you said and make sure all your steps are there and keep going along it. But there's an opportunity to go at it faster, maybe in a different way than you thought. Maybe as you're going down these steps, you're saying, there's too many steps. I got this too small. I'm thinking too small about how many instances of things. I got to go to class this day. I got to go class this day. I got to go class this day. Yeah. You're writing all those steps down and saying, no, I don't need to worry about that. What I need to figure out is what it does for fulfilling me or bringing me along. So what's this process that creates this unreasonableness? So if you can think about it this way, excuse me, please. These wouldn't have been around if somebody thought reasonable, right? this is not reasonable. This is not reasonable at all. These M&Ms are not reasonable.
Well,
but
we've got something else right in front of us too. A Post-it pad.
Yeah.
Post-its are a result of somebody going for an idea, a product, and it didn't work. Okay.
Well, they were looking for a glue.
They were looking for a glue. Well, they got a glue, just not the kind of glue that they were going for. And look at what happened to the world. We are transformed. I have Post-it notes everywhere.
Well, and you can take the many colors and you can create. We were just looking at this the other day, making mosaic. Yeah, making this portrait, this landscape view with all different colors of Post-it notes. So you can continue to go beyond, and what we're really trying to say here is be unreasonable in your approach. Don't just do it for because you're out of your mind and whacked out, so to speak, but do it with the purpose of, I don't have to follow a straight line to get there, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it because it fulfills me, it satisfies me. This is the process, this is the journey, you can say. But it's more than that. It's looking what's inside you that's going to be able to give something to someone else.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
We've given a basic process.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
We've outlined basic steps. We've given a lot of questions for reflection. And there's some flexibility in the execution of those items.
Yeah, you don't have to answer all the questions.
We're starting to move forward. Okay. Is there a way that we can go faster as we press on toward our goals?
Well, this first time is a little slow. It's just like getting your car going from a stoplight. You press the gas and you start building up momentum. So the thing is, you've gone through this approach and you found some things that work for you, found some deeper thoughts. You're going to be able to go take this and say, I'm further along now, 3 months maybe. And, I want to revisit my dream. I want to make sure that I'm still going the way I need to go. You're going to take this, you could take this process and just say, I only need to take care of these particular aspects of it. And, do a 5-minute look and go on and keep going on to your plan. Keep going into the dream that you have. So this is a tool that continues, that you can just pull what you need and keep going. But it gets faster because you got your idea, your vision that you're holding in front of you of, this is me accomplishing this dream, and then saying, but I need this little piece. Figure out that little piece, keep going, but you still have the main dream, so you don't have to rethink the dream.
So we have this process, we can work through it. We know it's a duplicable process, and it'll go faster in time. Okay, so we need to have some patience. That I agree with that wholeheartedly. My thought is, what about coaching? Could we get there faster if we brought a coach on board alongside of us?
Well, you only ask the questions that you know, right?
I know the answer.
And you have a coach is not there to tell you, so there's people out there that build themselves as a coach, and they're really thinking of, I got to tell you this in order to accomplish this.
I think
versus the way we're thinking about coaching, and that coaching is, hey, I don't know all the questions. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking, and until I have someone ask me a question and I answer it, and then I hear the words coming back through my ears, you speak, it's not going out. It's going out, but it's come back through and come back into your consciousness. And then you're saying, well, that's not quite right. Or, hey, I never thought of that. Right?
I think a lot of times today's world, coaches are misconstrued for mentors.
Yes.
And when they seek a coach, a lot of times they end up trying to enter into a relationship that's more of a mentor relationship, more like, hey, tell me what to do. What am I doing wrong? Give me the answers. But in the way that we do coaching, we ask the questions that help you process and think about it, so that the answers you're finding are really within you.
Yeah.
Within you.
Yes, within you.
Look at the right spot. The answers truly are within you. You can speed up the process by talking to coaches.
Well, it's really having that outside conversation that helps you think further and faster than it does by just walking through day by day.
Easy.
So that's the signal that we've gone too long. No.
You can coach yourself.
So tomorrow, let me share it. And there's this day 6 video that isn't posted on your sorry. There's day 6 video that will be coming out. It's a special closing thoughts, getting you set for what's next. Because as you think about this, you always have to have this thought about what's beyond this dream. So when I get to the dream, what's going to happen? Well, I accomplished my dream. I'm done. And that's a fallacy. That's, a trap for yourself.
Life is an adventure.
Well,
and it continues.
That's
it's a continuous adventure that we
don't burn out. Don't burn out trying to do the adventure after adventure after adventure.
No.
But we'll talk more in shorter. Just, hey, this is a wrap up. This is how to take everything and then, beyond what we shared today of this celebration of this point, and what are the things that you should continue to think into. It'll be this wrap up, this little celebratory completion, this graduation, so to speak.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and continue to send those notes in on how you're feeling on this journey. I want to share one of them that really I think applies to what I said earlier today.
And it's probably a good wrap up too.
It is. Yeah. It's a great wrap up. One of the notes I received said, when we talk at this level, I feel as time completely sits still. A stillness that brings peace and an eagerness to continue learning.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to have comments like that come back. I'm thrilled that you found that time of peace, and I hope that that statement rings true with many of you who are taking this class, if not all of you. Take that time to be still with yourself, to think into what you're doing, where you're going, and always, always be eager to learn as you're moving forward on your dream.
And once you learn it, you've got it for life.
That's right. Share it. Okay? Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye.